Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gin Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now from the Eugene J. False and Lorraine False studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, the Hall of Famer, Harry McCullough. We got a lot to talk about today, not a lot of Saints highlights, but we'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
in Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gin Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you. A special day today for you.
Special day, Mom's birthday. She'll be watching from home under one request. Tell Bobby's got to sing me happy birthday.
Oh, so Bobby, I wish she'd have had a better request.
So wait.
I'll be honest.
So wait.
And Louis Armstrong.
Right. Am I that good? I mean, I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I answer that?
Now, how old is Miss Lorraine now?
91.
Usually when you're a woman, you don't want to know that. But to me, if you make it in your 90s, you want to tell people. Look at a long life.
Mr. Sue just turned 94 this week.
Oh, yeah.
He's on our levy district.
Hey, if you hit your 90s, man, Lang, I'll be living right.
Just say Lorraine and Mr. Sue.
Okay,
you got it covered. Sue. A boy named Sue.
A boy named Sue. Okay, I remember that. Okay, I'm going to do like in honor, y'all old enough, y'all know Lawrence Welk. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Lorraine and Mr. Sue. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, we're going to bring out, look, Harry, I'm going to bring up somebody to help me introduce the crowd. And we're going to bring up Molly. Come on up here. Molly Thompson.
Come on down.
Me and Harry coached her dad.
That's right.
Them in 8th grade.
Former LSU soccer player, then she went to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Now
Come on
she's
up here,
back as
Molly.
assistant coach with Nichols.
Well, she still can play, not just coach.
Well, we were going to bring Lest up here, but what would y'all do if y'all were guys like us?
No, Molly. No, you made the right choice. You made the right selection.
Just show me the money.
I did make the right selection. All right, Molly, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's put some oomph in it, all right?
Oh,
Here we go.
gosh.
All right.
Alfred and Associates.
Hey, what am I naming sponsor?
St. Martin and Bork.
You could tell she's from Houma Bork. She got that right. St. Martin and Bork.
Rouse's. Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute.
Yay! You got that. Staying right over there with Edie White. All right.
Stand on age.
Jen Gators.
Ken Gators in the house. Look at Travis and his crew. Butch and Ian, all that gang. Right.
Crosby Tugs.
Look at that motley crew over there. God, you got a motley crew, Ted, over there.
Barker Honda.
Let's raise your hand. You got Coach Rod in the house. Here we go.
South Louisiana Bank.
Hey! South Louisiana Bank.
Quality Rental Tools.
Quality. You got a packed table over there. All right.
Terrebonne Parish Community Government.
Yep, there you go. Right over there. Stay in the house. All right, here we go. Right here.
Terrebonne Parish School District.
Yeah.
CIS.
Look at Jason back there. In case anybody has a heart problem today.
HTV 10.
Yeah, that's us up here.
GIS.
Look at Neil in the house over there. Terry, that whole gang over there.
Pierre Part.
Oh, yeah, Pierre Park gave it up for our fire personnel today. We thank them.
Explore Houma.
Raise your hands, son. There you go. They're always the most excited. I got to give them that. They are excited.
That's a rowdy bunch over there, right?
Tita.
Look at Cohen right there in the front. And Chris. There you go.
Headache and Pain.
Headache and pain. They're busy probably in the operating room today. All right.
I was told to say Schla.
Very good. South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority. Say it one more time. Schla.
Schla.
Perfect. It's beautiful. She's got the job. All right, here we go.
Retired Coaches.
Look at Coach Alvin and Coach Fennell over there.
And the False Family.
And look, my Aunt Miriam and Francis. Aunt Miriam had the second best athlete in the False family, right? Jared. No doubt. His brother was the first. You thought I was going to say me. I got you, kid.
Hey, Martin, where do you get your athletic ability? From Lorraine or from your dad or a combination or what? You better say combination.
Mostly Harry. Me and Harry played in the back.
Just
I toughened him up.
environment or genetics?
Osmosis.
Yeah. I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, you know,
I'd have to go back and swim down the tunnel to find out.
Yeah, so where did I get all that ability from?
All right, Mike, you go.
All right.
Before we get into genetics here.
There you go. We'll be back with more sports on the
Good
Bayou.
job, Molly.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it to the top. I'm gonna.
When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
Barker Honda, it's Shocktober. Our pricing is so low on new Hondas, it's scaring the competition. Like 1.9% APR on new Honda Accord, or $199 a month. 2.9% APR on Honda Pilot, or $379 a month. And new Honda CRV only 3.9%, or $299 a month. We know it's shocking, but hey, it's Shocktober at Barker Honda in Houma. And remember, it's better at BarkerHonda.com.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our Saints segment, and this segment's a little over 7 minutes, but if we were showing Saints highlights, it'd be about a minute.
Well, no, be the second quarter.
That would be
not the first and the third, the fourth quarter, the second quarter. I don't know how we even came back. I was like, oh, maybe we have a chance.
Spencer Rattler.
But when you
Best second quarter
Spencer
quarterback
Rattler
of all time.
Yeah, the rattle. He's rattling that snake.
But when you
I don't
can't
know, but
run the ball and you can't stop the run, you ain't winning squat in this league.
Well, I'll look at Warren Moon told me this. Y'all know who Warren Moon is, right? Okay, obviously, Hall of Famer. Warren Moon told me a lot of players have ability. They wouldn't be at the NFL level, but they can do great 1, 2, 3 games a month. Okay, what did he do after that? It took only a half how Tampa Bay adjusted to Spencer Rattler. When all of a sudden they feel like you bootlegging and all that, they figure out the game plan and how they're going to stop you. So it's a chess match. What are you going to do to counteract however they're trying to stop you? So no, Spencer Rattler's going to have a chance against Sean Payton come Thursday night. Is here.
And beyond. Because that injury with Derek Carr, he ain't coming back after 2 weeks.
Yeah, and everybody says, well, what's an oblique? That's what we call a love handle. A love handle on your side. And no, and your torque when you got to throw, if your love handle's jacked up, no, it's hard to put something on the ball. So I understand where Derek Carr is at. But it's unbelievable to me where the Saints are at. And I thought, Rod Walker writes for the Picayune and the Advocate, and he came up with this saying, I wish I would have came up with it because it is so right on. A defense, that being the Saints defense, that was supposed to be the Saints' bread and butter, we can always count on our defense, has turned into just butter. Has turned into butter, and the opponents have the knives slicing through the defense as if it wasn't even there. I mean, if you look at what we did, okay, this is a good sample size. It's not just, we didn't tackle well the latest game. We didn't tackle well against Tampa Bay. No, it's now 3 games. If you look at it right now, the third straight game, the Saints have double-digit missed tackles. Y'all watch the game. I mean, it's not pulled the flag. We're still playing tackle football. It's not like two-hand touch. So still have had double-digit missed tackles. Last week, the number was 12 in the loss to the Chiefs. It was 10 before that in the loss to the Falcons. And then who knows what it was this game.
16.
All our best players are in their 30s. They're in the mid-30s. Their best players are all old guys. So, I mean,
well,
they ain't going to get better.
The 2 old Demario Davis and when you're Cam Jordan.
And
it sucks getting old for football. And it's like in your mid-30s, you're old for football.
They don't want to hit anymore.
Baker Mayfield to a guy that's been a Saints killer, Chris Godwin. I mean, you talk about Mike Evans, but Chris Godwin's really been. And then this bang-bang play, Olave makes the catch. It's ruled the fumble. Antoine Winfield, man, we talked about it. He's a difference maker. Comes up, and that was an easy one for him. Now they jump on him 17-0. But Spencer Rattler started to make a few plays, and this is what I think he can do pretty well. improvisation stuff. This isn't
Ain't no
scripted.
Jane Daniels. He can run, but ain't no Jane Daniels
No,
Lamar Jackson.
but that list with
Second quarter,
Jane,
man. Here we go.
and then Rashid Shaheed makes the play here, and he doesn't even get touched. I mean, nobody even around him.
I'm glad you brought that up because look at history. We run back a punt for a touchdown. Just on that, you should never lose. And you get 3 interceptions. The Saints are the first team since 1950. Post-World War II, this is like before the Korean War and stuff. The Baltimore Colts got 3 interceptions, scored 27 points, and they lost a game by 24 points or more. That's how you got to go back in history. How in the hell we lost? I mean, that freaking Saints.
Those guys are wide open back. They like fair
And
catching
I mean
passes,
wide open.
man.
And you watch Sean Tucker, who was a good college player, undrafted.
We made him all world.
He was all pro that game. And look at, it's got 16 missed tackles. There are probably 4 of them on this play to Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin's been the Saints killer, and ain't been no Mike Evans. You know, like Chris Godwin, against the Saints in 14 games, he's had 75 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Okay, these are the type throws that you can make in college, but you can't make in the pros. They eat up ground much quicker at the pro level.
Yeah. I mean, you got to.
And you think he's open, but he's not. And then Baker just steps up, makes a throw, downfield, touchdown. K. Dotton.
I'll tell you, you know who's old school tough? Baker Mayfield. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
And you talk about fight adversity, and I give him credit there because he was living high off the hog.
He's doing too many commercials at the beginning when he was living in Cleveland, living in the stadium, and all that stuff.
But when he went from Carolina to Los Angeles, and
Carolina didn't do anything. He went to the Rams at the end of that season. Then he kind of turned the corner, and then Tampa Bay took advantage of opportunity. And you never want to replace like the man Tom Brady. Well, he replaced him and it's done awesome for them. They go into trying to win the NFC South 4 straight years. Everybody's worried about Atlanta.
No, I'm worried. I said it. It would be the Bucs.
In the summer, we're doing OTAs, minicamps. Nobody's talking about Tampa Bay. You got to beat the man before you are the man. Before you know.
And they have the youngest roster in the NFC. Over the last 3 years,
they turned it over.
They've missed on 1 draft choice is not on that team. 1. Then the Saints, they're looking to hit on 1.
Well, that's my point. Okay, we had the 2017 draft, which is awesome, or 16, whatever it was, when they got coming.
Yeah, 17 is right.
And since then, they've missed on everybody. So that's why Honey Badger's old. Cam Demario, they're all and didn't replace. And they bring guys in, but they hurt all the time.
Well,
I tell you what, Alontae Taylor, I think, is doing a good job. But when your guy that weighs 185 pounds is making all your tackles, that ain't.
Hey, listen,
Bobby brought it up.
I've never witnessed a game that, when all said and done, when you look at the stat line, do you know the 5 leading tacklers for the Saints were all defensive backs? What that means, for sure, you getting gashed.
Right.
Now, I might get the flag on this, so I got to read this. Coach Dennis Allen, we've always had the Bucs number. We've always beaten the Bucs more than any other team in the NFL. Well, Dennis Allen is 1-4 against the Bucs, and his worst 2 defeats as a head coach of the Saints. 24-point loss on Sunday, 17-point last season. Both of those games were played in the Dome, and they're in the Dome, in our backyard. And Allen is now 0-3 against Tampa Bay.
So I mean, more here on Sports.
We can't even beat Tampa Bay now. We all.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State, and also a feature of the week.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. H, I'll throw it to you. And if we thought Saints highlights were few, the Nichols highlights is even fewer in this game against Incarnate Word.
Tough trip as they started. And yeah, Incarnate Word's pretty good, and for sure. We do have Coach Christy Helmers, who's the coach of the soccer team. It's not women, just a soccer team. So we'll talk to her in a second. But let's check out those highlights. As they went on the road to San Antonio, and it wasn't
started out all right, huh?
Yeah, Gabe Showalter with a field goal right there, but Lontrell Turner, 30-yard pass.
Yeah.
And they score, and yeah, there's our tackling again.
You know, am I the only one y'all think about Incarnate Word? I mean, we used to make fun of Little Sisters of the Poor. Incarnate Word is really a college team, but they got that Benson money.
Right, they do.
So they're
no small school no more.
Right for San
Antonio, they got a good place, a recruiting base there, and so they're pretty good players. There's a fumble return and went the other way. You can't turn the ball over as they fall down 14-3 at that point. Then Scrappy Osby from Pat McQuaid, and the Colonels are back in this game, right at the back of the end line. And there was a 14-10 at that point.
14-10. Well, we right there.
You're in the hunt. But
what the hell happened, Lester? Come on.
The turnovers will kill us.
I'm blaming Lester.
But again, Jackson Lowe, another 16-yard pass here. And they go in the win, and the Cardinals pull away, 55-10. So not a great way to start.
But thank God for LSU this weekend.
That's right.
That was okay. That made up for almost everything, right?
Yeah, no. If LSU had lost, I'd be like, oh, I'm jumping off the bridge.
So we're going to talk to Christy Helmers, first year as the Nichols soccer coach from Canberra. Am I saying that right? Yep. Australia. So don't stop it.
Oh, I love it.
Let me get this interview.
I love international.
Hey, tell me about your team. It's your first year as the head coach. Y'all in the league play as well now. So tell me about your team.
So new coaching staff all this year. I have Brady and Molly who are here. We came in the summer, but having a pretty good start. We had the first back-to-back win since 2018. The first game we scored 5 goals since 2018 as well. So we've had a good start. Better than previous years, and we're just looking forward to the next few years with the new coaching staff.
So we hear the accent. You go, how the heck you end up here? You were a 4-year starter here at the soccer team, so you want to build on that tradition, I'm sure.
Definitely, yeah. So I came here in 2016 and just really loved Nichols. Our athletic director, he was actually a dad of 2 of the girls I played with, so knew JT well and just excited to be back.
So how can you start recruiting the players and the types of athletes that we need to get you where you want to be?
I think we have a very young coaching staff, which I think works in our favor. Molly and I were in college not too long ago playing, so we know the recruiting game. We know what it takes, but we're looking all over. We're looking local within Louisiana, looking around the country, looking at transfers, from junior colleges, and then also looking internationally as well.
Yeah, and also not to overlook your players now. The way you're talking, you've already gotten better, right? You started in June, so it wasn't like you had a long time to put it. But you got these players, and they're already getting better. You can see it, right?
Yes, definitely. We worked hard in the summer it's a quick adjustment bringing in new coaches and only getting to work with them for, a couple of weeks before we were in conference play. But they've adapted well. We've got a lot of young talent. We have some freshmen that have come in this year that are starting. So we're looking forward to having those for the next few years. But we also have a lot of returners. Some seniors that have done really well this year and adapted well.
Yeah. So soccer. How do you change football? What does Australia say?
Soccer or football, bit of both, yeah.
How do you change the culture in that? Is it more of a player thing or is it more of a scheme thing? How do you in college soccer? How do you change it?
I think it's a bit of everything. Just getting the buy-in from the players. You know, us coaches came in with a very positive mindset. I played here, so like I said, I know the program, I know the town, I know the school well, I know the potential that it has. There's a lot of successful teams at Nichols. So there's no reason that we can't be, but.
Well, yeah, I'm a buddy.
Get your Australian stuff.
I'm a buddy. Don't you love that accent? Come on. I mean, come on. Just speak to me and help me go to, And listen, you know why we should, as Americans, always be on Australia's side? Because to hell with the Brits. England. When you think about England and Australia, England and America, the United States, so yeah, we both try to kick them out. I mean, if you think about it, the English sent all their convicts to Australia to form that country. So we should be all for any Australian. We should be for any Australian, United States. We should be like bros for life.
Well, thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. Thank you, Harry. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
The farther I went, the more people I seen, all my heroes. Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. Those teams back then was like, whoa, In fact, we played against each other through our whole career. And we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was at South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, is very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our LSU segment. And guys, this year is the 100th year anniversary of Tiger Stadium. So if you wrote a book about it, which they do, we'll have a book about it, man, this game would be that final chapter in that book on a 100-year anniversary. Great game between LSU, Ole Miss. More of a defensive game than maybe what we thought it would be, because last year you couldn't get more offensive than that. I mean,
No,
it was
like
scoring
1,300 yards.
It was unreal, but
104 points.
LSU's improvement on defense, and a lot of it has to go credit. Whit Weeks at linebacker, Brendan Swanson coming off the edge.
Unbelievable.
Those two guys have really made a difference. But when it all counted, this was not Garrett Nussmeier's best game. But when it really counted, he made the play.
He's a gunslinger. He's like kind of like Brett Favre. I mean, I'm gonna make plays. I mean, come on. You look at Nussmeier when you make converting on fourth down or third down.
Boy, he made some.
I mean, I like it. Now I wish he'd run a little more. Because he can run. He won that one third down run when Mike, it was like
he's a good athlete.
What was it, like third and
16? Yeah.
And then he got the first.
But that was one even before that was even wider open than the long run.
If he, I mean, we might win. If he can run a little better, he might win a high.
Get some of those receivers back, right? They need to get some of those receivers back.
Exactly.
But on defense, Whit Weeks,
been unbelievable.
Those guys are really we were talking about big guys have to make tackles instead of having all your safeties and your corners making tackles. And that's what LSU's doing now.
So Nussmeier's pass gets tipped up in the air, intercepted, And then their best running back, dude, they don't play him, Ulysses Bentley. I know Deuce and I talk about, why is he on the bench? Well, he might have had some issues off the field, so they had to sit him for a little while. Then the touchdown throw, Garrett Dusmeyer to Trey Green, the freshman. You're going to be hearing a lot more of because now they got him kind of as a flex.
And he's going to play basketball.
Now, that was a great catch. At the beginning of the game, he dropped the bomb. That would have scored, but that was a great
From
catch.
Como High School in Louisiana, Trey Harris. And then Ramos comes in with the field goal, so it makes it 17-13.
The kick he missed was a bad snap. Come on, dude. You can't have a bad snap. You got to have a good snap, a good hold, and you got to kick it.
Then Jackson Dart throws this one up, and Zy Alexander, who is not any more than maybe 80%, he had a really good game.
Really good game.
Same pass as Rattler.
Yeah.
He's a little short on it.
And then Nussmeier puts this one up.
You just got the interception. You give it right back.
The interception.
That's a Brett Favre play.
Yeah, I think I can put it right there. It's almost like Uncle Rico.
And you get hit, your arm hit.
Okay, and this is the running skills. No, Garrett can run with the ball, and just he doesn't take off with it much, but he gets the first
do it
down.
3 or 4 times a game. I'm not saying you got to be Jaden Daniels. I mean, come on.
And then throws it downfield, gets
fourth
down,
hit the tie.
First down to Mason Taylor, and then again with some pressure, rolls out. Makes the play downfield, and again conversion. Mason Taylor, man, that guy's going to play a lot of football in the NFL one day too.
You know what? That's why, even though he only threw 43%, that's why Nussmeier was weeks also the offensive player of the week in the SEC.
And then he
because
throws
of those crucial plays.
The touchdown pass, which tied it to Aaron Anderson, but LSU's defense and Whit Weeks again. One of 16 tackles.
No,
that was
18.
A tackle.
He had 18 tackles, 1 sack, a forced fumble. I mean, come on. Whit Weeks is better than...
and he broke up that pass.
Yeah, he sure did.
Than Perkins. I mean, I'm just talking about playing linebacker. The NFL scouts, they look at that. Whit Weeks is better than Perkins. I'm telling you.
No, he's got a position. Harold Perkins doesn't have one. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they throw this one up. It gets knocked down again. Ty Alexander. And the field goal.
Hard kick.
So it's now 26-23, and on the first down play, pump fake, and he throws it to Thibodeau's own Kyron Lacey for the score.
Lacey's coming around, right?
Lacey's catching a great play.
Yeah, he can
He's
run
catching it now. No, Bobby used to give me grief about, hey, your boy, he ain't catching it. He gets open. He's catching it now.
I said, Mike, he's getting going, but you got to, if it hits your hands, you got to catch it. Well, now he's finally catching it.
He's got some big paws, boy. When his hands are around
we
the ball,
all saw him play basketball at Thibodeau. He was part of that state championship team with Coach Clark. But man, he has made great strides.
You know what's crazy? How it's so like short term, or it could be long term if you win. And now we got to go at Arkansas.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, know how you feel all good about yourself. Then you go and play at Arkansas. You know, Arkansas beat Tennessee, and they were number 4 team in the nation. Then you got A&M. It ain't getting easy. You got Alabama.
Then Alabama.
I mean,
A&M may be the best team on that schedule.
The way A&M played compared to that first game when they laid an egg against Notre Dame? Yeah.
Because that quarterback sucked.
So I'm just telling you how we're going to feel. We're going to do this show in about a week, and you see how you're going to feel. Oh, LSU took care of business, or if they didn't, you go, well, what the hell? I mean, what happened?
And the big game this week in the SEC, certainly we'll all be watching LSU, Arkansas, but Texas, Georgia.
Yeah.
And now, man, now my eyes ain't deceiving me. Texas looks like the best team in college football.
Yeah, but I hate to say that because that's like the Cowgirls.
Yeah, I thought it was Tennessee.
I want to, instead of this or this, I want to do this. You know, the Longhorns.
No, but you got to give them credit this year.
No, you got to give Texas credit.
They look really good. We'll be
all I know is I remember Joe Burrow.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
How can you be world champs? You're not even state champ.
We are in the home stretch of the high school football season. Let's take a look back at week 6. Week 6 action of high school football in the Bayou region was dominated by lopsided scores. In Napoleonville, this faux pas by Ellender High School on the snap over the punter's head opened the floodgates for the Mustangs. They had no problems. Here, a nice run by Trevon Jackson from outside of 25 yards. Assumption gets their second consecutive win in District 8-4A, easily outdistancing Ellender. Final score 47-0. It was homecoming for Vanderbilt Catholic, and after giving up an early score to South Lafourche, the Terriers never looked back. Jalen Coleman on the long run here. And then South Lafourche trying to make something happen, an overthrown pass hauled in by Robert Sandoff, and he brings it all the way back for a pick six. This game got ugly quick. Final score 64-12. In some other one-sided affairs in the Bayou region, EDY keeps on rolling. They smack Morgan City. CCA, no problems with Berwick. Onville stays hot. They overpower Thibodaux. Destrehan has a convincing win over HL Bourgeois. West St. Mary annihilates Houma Christian. Lutcher routs South Terrebonne. And Central Catholic smothers Hanson Memorial. In the only two games that were competitive in the Bayou region, Central Lafourche beats East St. John by an extra point, and Terrebonne goes down to St. Charles Catholic in overtime, giving St. Charles their first win of the season. In District 8-5A, this week it'll be the battle of the undefeateds in District, Hornville taking on Central Lafourche. By the way, of the 7 teams in that district, 6 would qualify for the playoffs if the season were to end today. And in District 8-4A, it's the game of the year. ED White traveling to take on Lutcher this Friday night. Ironically, those two teams were in the AAA division at one time, came up to play in this 4A district, and have been pretty much the cream of the crop. Vanderbilt, along with those two teams, would be seated in the top 5 of their respective divisions, with Assumption being the only other team to qualify for the playoffs at this point. In District 7-2A, Houma Christian starting to lose touch with the top of that pack. In District 7-1A, Jeanerette and Covenant Christian both still undefeated. Covenant Christian yet to play a district game. It looks like 4 of those 5 teams in that district will easily be in the playoffs at season's end. And I am certainly pleased to be joined by the head coach of the E.D. White Cardinals. I have Kyle Lassang here. We're going to talk to Kyle a little bit about that Lutcher game and other things, but I'd ask Kyle first if he'd introduce some of the guys he came with, Gavin and those guys at the table.
Absolutely. I brought 3 of my coaches with me today. Gavin Clements, obviously an offensive line coach. Ethan Lacombe coaches our flat defenders on defense. And the lightweight of the bunch, Bryson Barbier, coaches wide receiver, so it all makes sense.
Very good.
Hey, and you got an assistant coach, but he do part-time work at Nichols, right? He's a player.
Well, he's not official, but he's dating the principal's daughter, so he's got permission to be around.
he didn't tell us that. He didn't tell us
that's the true story. That's why he's
the
around.
true story. I like that. I use that a lot.
That's why
nothing about football whatsoever.
That's why we got you here, Kyle. That's why we got you, Coach.
Listen, when we were sitting at the table, I was telling him how, Bobby, a lot of times you talk about E.D. White.
I always brag on E.D. White. They always representing the Bayou region better than anybody as of late. I mean, hello, that's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's what happened.
He tells me that for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot in due part to the guys at the table, but it's this guy. And when he came back, and just real quick, you had a tenure there. You kind of backed away a little bit. You go back. What has been the difference?
I love my coach's coach. You know, I go back to Coach O. That same philosophy, when you did it the first time, you recognized what the mistakes were. I was trying to do everything and not doing anything real well. So I decided I'm going to have to trust the coaches the second time.
So delegating authority, right?
Definitely let my offensive coordinator call the plays. Don't butt in. In fact, I took the headsets off 2 weeks ago, and I gave it to one of our injured players who can help our coaches, and I don't even want to be at the headsets. It is the most peaceful experience because, you know, in the headsets, it gets heated sometimes. I did have to tell a player, however, whatever is said on these headsets remains on these headsets. So, yeah. It's
like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in the headset.
I've been on the sidelines at E.D. White games. Man, I ain't never seen you without no headset on. You always had the headset on.
That's because they were winning. As soon as they lost, he grabbed back.
That's just the difference between the first and second tenures, I guess.
Yeah. You open up Holy Cross, Jesuit Hornville. Quite honestly and blunt, it got a little bit easier when districts started related to what some of those teams have related along the way. You look back at the schedule now and you think it actually played out pretty well for you. I mean, you were 2-1 with those big heavyweights from the New Orleans and Hornville area.
Well, Stan, if we go 0-3, I would say no. It wasn't a good decision to play those three guys. But we finished 2-1 and really had a chance to beat Jesuit. We played that game without our starting quarterback. If we have him and a really explosive kid for us, Chase Knockham, a receiver, probably the best athlete on our football team, has been injured, came back last week. So if we have those two kids, I think we got a shot. But it really got us ready for the season.
You healthy this week, Coach?
We're as healthy as we're going to be. The kid that broke his leg is the kid I'm talking about with the headsets. He was a running back, and he was a big threat for us. So we're going to miss him this year. But everybody else is pretty much back.
Lutcher, everybody, we even spoke last week because I think the guy we had last week, his opponent was going to be Lutcher. What does it take to beat him? Keys to beating Lutcher?
We got to control the football. That's what we do. And I like the fact that we're more balanced on offense. So you're going to have to throw the football against those guys. You're not going to be able to pound it 3-3-4, pick up a first down. You have to throw it some. So that's what it's going to take.
When it comes to utilization of your players, doing what your players can do, not trying to put in these schemes and these offenses and defenses that are just crazy for high school 16-year-old kids, they do it right. They have guys in the right place at the right time with the right scheme.
Don't give up the big play this week, Coach.
Well, the thing is,
if
you're still able to run the ball, I mean, look at John Curtis, why they're all relevant.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, they're not throwing the ball 40, 50 times. What?
Absolutely. Hey, why y'all throwing that at Bobby?
Don't give him any ideas. Anyway, listen, obviously, we wish E.D. White the best of luck going forward. Big game against Lutcher. You guys, again, do it right, and we appreciate everything y'all are doing out at E.D. White.
Absolutely. Thank y'all, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we're going to be back.
E.D. White fans, travel to the river
right after this.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish paddle you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Normally, this is our What's Up Chuck segment, and it is this week, but Chuck, he's coordinating and supervising in court somewhere. So, Keith, you got it, baby.
All right, listen, I can't beat Chuck Bork, that's for sure. But they said they wanted somebody to fill his big shoes, so they put a big person to fill in. So I'm glad to do it. But speaking of the Saints, I have never seen only two people in the press room after the game talk. Dennis Allen said the same thing he's been saying for the last 6 weeks. We got to do a better job. We're not doing a very good job playing. We're not doing a very good job coaching. They asked about, did the team give up? And coach,
their effort, yep.
Effort. And it was interesting what he said. He said he thought they did. Bobby, how do you
Well, he said, he thought that ain't good. No, you might say, oh, no, we didn't give up.
No,
Maybe
we can say it, but for the coach to say it, that's not good.
No, but let me tell you right now. I talked to Mickey Loomis last night in the coaches show, and at the very end, you have to listen to the whole thing, because at the very end, when he says, this is how the Saints, they go about their business. Unless we truly get embarrassed by Sean Payton and the Broncos on Thursday night, they're going to let this play out. And then and this is what Mickey said. We're going to let it play out. They're not going to make no changes.
Right.
We got a lot of football left to play.
If you want Dennis Allen to be gone, you don't want it to be hovering around 500. If they go like 7-10 or 6-11, he's getting fired. I can tell you that right now.
So would you say he's on the hot seat, Bobby?
Yes.
He's on the hot seat for next year.
Yeah,
but this
but
year,
not
he's
necessarily
good.
this year. No, but listen.
Unless it's a catastrophe.
So what is the hot seat? Okay, everybody talks about hot seat.
Well,
everybody wants to win. Everybody can't win. Do you know 6, 7, 8 coaches get fired every year in the NFL? We already got one with the Jets. No, I'm telling you. You're going to look at Howard and Foles. 6, 7, 8 coaches get fired every year in the NFL. And Dennis Allen could be one of those. So, I mean, we got to wait and see how it plays out.
Chris Rock once said, you can be as faithful as your options,
Exactly.
There's a guy named Bill Belichick out there, and I'm not saying Belichick wants to take this job, but he's only about, 8 wins away from the all-time.
Over Don Shula?
That dude would love to get another job. It ain't going to be the Jets, I don't think, because he already
he
had that
already
job.
said this is the lousiest job in the NFL.
Yeah, because the owner, Woody, Woody. What
he may think I can come back with Carr, maybe win those 8 games at the end of the
Okay, I can tell you this because someone who told me, and they knew all
the only
about
Woody I know is Toy Story.
Arthur Blank thought about hiring him. But one of the things was, Belichick, I want complete control. Ain't nobody handing over the keys to the car to Bill. Look how bad he's drafted. It's going to have to be a certain situation.
But Mickey's getting older. He might step down. It might be an
opportunity. And he can be an consultant.
We've done it with
they're not running Mickey Loomis out of town. Mickey Loomis got so much power. People don't realize that this all goes back to Tom Benson. Mike, you know this. 2 decades ago, Randy Mueller was the man. And then he lost the trust from Tom Benson.
He went to Atlanta.
To do an interview. Okay, you're gone. Then all of a sudden, Mickey Loomis comes on board, and he's loyal to Tom Benson.
Right, but he might retire.
Okay, so when you think about that, no, my retirement's still a good song. They're not kicking him out of town. So Miss Gail is so nice. She's doing what her husband wanted her to do. She hit the lottery. She was an interior decorator, and all of a sudden she's now a billionaire, and she owns the Saints. Think about that.
And the Pelicans.
So the Pelicans. So when you think about it, I'm telling you, you know who's the top banana, the money-wise? Dennis Flauscher, and then you look, then Mickey Loomis,
Greg Benson.
then Greg Benson. Greg Benson's the most powerful PR person in the whole NFL.
You heard about that?
They don't even fly on the same plane because they all can't die because who's in charge of the team? They got to be on different flights.
It's like the federal government. Keith, thanks so much.
You got it.
Appreciate it. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
They got to be.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. It's our State of Play segment. Martin, and you got a special guest, Coach Rod.
Yeah, we got Coach Rod. I'm going to let him real quick tell you about something coming up, but Bobby just left. I don't mind saying on TV to go take a leak. He's getting old. But if we pull his ticket while he's in the bathroom, he don't win. He goes back in. All right, go ahead, Coach.
All right, this weekend at the Nickel State versus Northwestern game, in 1984, I was on the coaching staff with Sonny Jackson, and we won the 84 Gulf Star Conference Championship. So this weekend we have the coaches that are coming in and a bunch of ex-players. Right now, I think we have about 60 of them said that they were coming, so we're looking forward to celebrating that 40 years ago. We're going to see how young they are or how old they are.
Well, none of them are young, right, Coach?
Yeah, they still look pretty good.
They're coming out with a caravan of dinosaurs. All right, you ready? You still got enough energy to reach in and grab a ticket?
Gamble.
All right, wait. I'm going to say it like this. We're going to do the first one's 40, second one is 60. Okay?
027147.
Right there. Doc.
How about that?
Doc. Who got the doc?
Greg Wade.
All right. Dr. Kramer, come on up. Come on up.
He's raising a bunch of athletes. This is like NIL money.
Yeah, this is it. I trust you. You can't trust a doc. Who the hell can you trust? All right, you got $40.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Caron Pios.
Yeah, take your family out to eat.
yeah, one meal at McDonald's.
All right, Bobby can win this when he's back in. All right, here we go. Second one up, 60.
027179.
Oh.
Butch!
What?
Wow, Jen Gators. Well, I tell you what, you went work for the right company. All the luck is going your way now, Butch.
What was the first number?
But the doc.
Let me see that number, Butch.
I'm going to give it to the Australian soccer team.
There you go. All right, I'll tell you what. Who hasn't won yet? I'm just curious. Show of hands.
A-Bear.
No,
A-Bear ain't never won.
I want to win. I want to give it to the Australian coach.
That's right.
I want to give it to the side name, image, and likeness. I want to give it to her.
Get a good soccer player.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. Look, I'm going to put up 40 just for the soccer coach to put their program. If Steve Ponville puts up 20, I'll put up 40. You'll put up...
I'll pay you later.
Oh, wait.
Hey, I've heard that comment before.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
20.
You remember with me?
Coach, come on up and get it.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger.
We got $120 going to the nickel.
Oh, that's more
We got it right here, right here.
All right, here we go. Look, since you took over and knocked that Hall of Famer out of that coaching position,
that's
we're
it.
looking for great things at Nickel State.
All right.
But Lester, we love you. You know that. Okay, you know. All right, don't spend it all in one place now. I know where she's going. Flanagan's.
All right, thanks so much. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools, our name says it all.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
Who dat?
Who dat?
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.